Okay, so you're welcome, everybody. It's such a great pleasure for me to be your lead, in this bootcamp. This is not just going to be one of those trading seminars where you have everything mumbled up together and then you're left to yourself to, go ahead and start trying to figure things out. All right. I've done that in the past, but I see that, it doesn't give me as an instructor the desired result I want to see in my student. I don't get to see it. Of course, eventually some people, because they are able to go out of their way to try to learn, or they are fast learners or grabbers, they end up putting in all the work and then they are able to come up to a great point. Well, not because I've been trying to be wicked all the way, or instructors who teach trading have been trying to be wicked, but it could take a lot of time, right? Trying to ensure that you break down these complexities into simple steps or simple baby principles that people can begin to implement on a day-to-day basis. It could be so tiring. It's a lot of work. So imagine this bootcamp is going to be for 90 days, and then I am committed to watching everyone grow for the next 90 days. Absolutely is a great privilege for me. I feel very honored, to be a part of your growth as individuals, all right? That is why I want to say that it will be very, very important also that you show up, right? You have showed a lot of faith, in me, believing that I can guide you, I can teach you. That's why you paid the money. You've figured out the resources to be able to get, access to this training. It didn't come easy for everyone, right? But the faith I want you to show next is that in yourself. So that's what will lead you to implementing everything that I'm sharing with you. Those who have, I don't know if you ever, get to see anybody who has been a part of my class before, they are going to tell you that one thing I bring to the table at every point in time is I don't teach the same thing to, the old student or the new student. I make sure, because myself, I'm a learner on the go, right? I keep educating myself. I keep getting better at the game. That's why I come up with fresh content at every point in time. So, and then the more I get better, the more I'm able to simplify these complex things to ensure that you guys can also get them. When my mentor saw the flyer I did for this particular event, it was like, Toby, are you charging in the range of 300 to 500K? I told him no. Before I made the flyer, when he saw the post, it was like, are you charging in the range of 300 to 500,000 for this 90 days long bootcamp? I told him no. I wanted to do it as a test experiment to see that, yes, if people can be consistent doing simple things on a day-to-day basis, they can actually become profitable professional traders. Doing that in a short space of time. It could be very, very lengthy if you're trying to do it all by yourself. You just go for a 3 days kind of training and then you are out. You would have to still go through a lot of pain trying to learn things and figure them out. But this is going to be one step at a time. Every day I'm guiding you. What should be your expectations as you've come? I know that a lot of people, we've always had the mantra that says you don't have an expense problem. Nobody has a problem with what he or she is spending. Where the problem usually lies is your income, right? And then you can't just have more than 24 hours for yourself. This is why it is important to look for opportunities or income streams that can ensure that you have more than enough, right? Income opportunities that can be sustainable, right? Income opportunities that can give you so much. And honestly, I will tell you personally, maybe because I'm biased towards trading, I've not seen that industry that can make you so much money, developing your mindset, and then it's going to reshape you as an individual and also put a lot of money in your pocket. The financial reward when it comes to trading is very, very tremendous. I've seen people who started this journey maybe after a year with maybe about as little as $100, and then grow over the years to become millionaires in dollars. This is a true reality. This is what you also should have at the back of your mind, right? That you have come to an industry that can help you. I don't care what you're making currently right now. You can do much more than that with trading. the ability to control your financial, your finances, and then your capital. I've seen a lot of people, you know, and I can tell, like, we are a very, very hardworking generation. People work so hard. You're here, you know, have working two jobs, trying to have a side hustle to ensure you can, you know, you can make money for yourself. And then a lot of people, you know, because of this, fall into the wrong traps, give their capital to some people who tell them, okay, I'm going to trade for you, I'm going to do it for you. They make it seem like trading is one complex thing you can't figure out yourself. They want to do it for you. And guess what? Many times they screw your capital. Many times they don't do what they tell you they are doing with your money, and then you lose it. I've seen this over and over. This is a cycle that keeps repeating itself. I can name names of, you know, very popular sort of schemes like that that have promised people, we're going to trade for you, we're going to do this for you. And never forget, once you lose your capital, once you give your capital, you hand it over to somebody. You never can tell, you can't guarantee, you don't have guarantees anymore over it. Whatever happens is what you're going to see. But no, here you are going to be the one doing it for yourself, because it's been simplified. You're going to see how to manage your capital, how to do it, step-by-step principles that would ensure that you remain profitable as a trader. It is possible, it is achievable, and that's why we're here. Thirdly, you should expect to have practical knowledge on how to trade Forex and cryptocurrencies, right? For the most part of things, you know, especially when you come to Africa, Nigeria, as it were, and then you're talking about Forex to people, you would get to, and I'm sure that you possibly also have found people who have lost money to Forex trading. Some people lost money because they gave it to somebody to trade on their behalf. Some people lost money because they don't know what they were doing in the market. I've seen that a lot of times. When I see people tell me, oh, my dad lost all his pension to Forex, I ask them, did your dad trade for himself? The answer will be no. Does your dad know anything about stop loss? The answer will be no. Does your dad knows anything about support resistance? The answer will be no. What was your dad doing? My dad gave money to my brother. My brother did this. You know, I've seen this cycle over and over. People then go ahead and continue to spread a fake, you know, a false idea about trading that puts a lot of fear into people and makes them run away. And then looking at cryptocurrencies today, this is the fastest growing financial market in the world. This market is just less than a decade old, and it's already over $2 trillion in market capitalization. We'll be talking about that growth, how you as a person can begin to make money from the growth. It's not just about, you know, the noise and the buzz around, oh, Bitcoin is going to the moon, Ethereum is this, that. You know, I see a lot of buzz, you know, a lot of noise here and there, people running helter skelter, jumping from one, you know, into the other, not really figuring out, not knowing, you know, why does these things appreciate in value? Why am I going to put my money here and then expect it to also appreciate in value? So these are the things you would have practical and hands-on knowledge on, right? On how to trade Forex, cryptocurrencies, doing it yourself. Very simple, easy steps. You don't have to do these things every day. All right. So along the line, you're going to see, because along the line, part of what I have in mind is, after giving the general overview, the broad knowledge for the first week that we are going into, right? Then I start bringing it, presenting the simple, I won't call it simple, presenting the several aspects so individuals can begin to find, oh, with my current work schedule, I think this might be the best I can do presently, or this would be the one that is suitable to my personality. All right. So you are going to find where you can place your feet. It's not going to be, you know, something very, very complex. You are not going to be, I'm not taking the entire 90 days off you, as it were. Okay. So just sit back, relax. It's going to be an amazing one. Right. Acquiring a new high income skill. We're in a world today whereby skills would be that which separates people, right? And it's already happening. It's not something far-fetched. One thing I love personally about trading as a skill is the fact that, unlike every other form of, you know, opportunity to make money online, you know, they tell you, go build a sales funnel, go build email list, try to market, you're trying to sell to somebody. Trading is outrightly independent of individuals. Like, you don't need anybody else to make money while you're trading. I don't need to sell to you. You don't need to sell to me. You don't need any human interference before you can make money while trading. Trading is not network marketing. Go bring one person brings two, two get their two and their two. That's not it, right? So here you have a skill that gets better over time. That's one. And also, as it gets better over time, your income also increases over time with your expertise. A lot of people think you can become great at trading when you have huge capital. That's doing it the wrong way, right? Capital is not the first thing. What should precede is getting the skill, and you should expect that right here also. Then lastly, we'll be talking about technical analysis that covers for all forms of financial markets that you have, be it for stocks, be it for cryptos, be it for currencies, be it for bonds, be it for, because technical analysis, which a lot of people try to run away from, is the foundational principle that can help retail traders like you and I, right? You are not banks, you are not the large commercial hedge funds that have the ability to be able to control the direction of the market. You don't have such kind of funds. You and I are retail traders. Basically, the funds you have can only ensure that you are making money off whatsoever the large movers, the banks, the hedge funds are doing in any of this market. So technical analysis is going to be your guide, in doing all of that. So we'll be talking about market structure, price action. We'll be talking about patterns, repetitive patterns that you should look out for while trading and things like that. This also should be your expected growth, right? As you continue to follow my instructions, follow my lead in the course of the bootcamp, opening your mind, doing the simple 5 minutes, 2 minutes kind of tasks, that you have to do on a day-to-day basis. This should be your growth. As you continue to give trading time, your results, your earnings also, follows. Like, it continues to get better and better. Improvement comes slowly in the beginning, but your gains increase rapidly. A lot of people quit in the first week. Some people quit in the second week. Some will quit in the first month. Some will quit in the first 2 months, right? I don't want quitters. I don't want people who are going to quit. I want people who are going to, against all odds, ensure that they keep putting their mind to it when it feels like, because for an example, I remember when I tried to learn driving at the very first time. I wanted to quit in the first week. It was a manual car, and then when I was driving back then, which I'm sure is quite common to a lot of learners, you can't even tilt your neck to the side. Your neck is just going to be like, like a stick, like it can't even bend, it can't move. You find it very difficult. You want to look at the jar before you engage it. You want to look down, you really don't have that reflex that you need. It hasn't become second nature to you. So at the first week, I really wanted to quit. Every lesson time for me was my heart rate was going to go up, like, oh my God, can I do this? Is driving for me? The same thing is going to be, for when you're learning new skills. There will be that period where you feel, man, I'm going to turn back. I don't think I can really catch up. I don't think this is for me. Sit back, relax, follow me every day. When it seems like you're not getting it, reach out to me, right? Reach out on the group. That's why we have the group. Okay, you can watch other learners, you can, and then irrespective of your previous experience, I'm going to be starting from ground zero. So that's why I don't want you to miss any day. I don't want you to miss out on anything at all, so that you can always catch up with everyone. Okay, so have it at the back of your mind as you continue to give it time. Say you give it your first month, you give it the second month. I'm telling you, you would really see a lot of differences. You will see a lot of changes compared, when you now do that consistently for 3 months, like we're about to do, or you run through that, you do it for a year on your own. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be very, very phenomenal. All right. Just a second. Okay, so the lesson areas we're going to be covering will be this: identifying opportunities. It's not going to be limited to trading. So I'm going to be adding some bonuses, which one of them will be how you can be able to spot. I'm sure that everyone wants to know, okay, how do I know the coin or the asset I'm going to put my money into that is going to give me 5x, 10x? You have such kind of, opportunities in the cryptocurrency space. You can invest in some tokens and then you are getting 100x, in returns. I'm going to be sharing some basic things to look out for when it comes to pre-sale, public sale, private sale. All right. Then the trading sessions to focus on. There are about 7 major trading sessions in the world. Right. And then about 5 of them are basically very, very relevant to you. You're going to just focus on the New York and then the London session. I'm going to give you the breakdown of the time and how to trade those sessions. I will be sharing them with you. Spot and margin, margin trading is also referred to as leverage trading. All right. So every form of trading we do on MetaTrader 4, every form of trading we do on MetaTrader 4 is referred to as your margin trading or leverage trading. Today, it's been, quantitatively, when people are talking about Forex, they just don't know. All they are talking about is what? Leverage or margin trading. It's still the same thing as futures, right? Some people want to do that on some exchanges. Some people want to do that on MetaTrader 4. I would be guiding you through all of that, okay? Portfolio management is also going to be, very, very essential. How much capital do you have? Then how do you apportion them? Very, very important, because a lot of people, make the mistake of what's it called, putting a lot of burden on their portfolio, and then you can't really measure your growth as a person. Portfolio management will be addressed. Risk proportion and risk management also will be talked about. Technical analysis, fundamental analysis, that will dwell a whole lot on that, because that's the strength of a trader. Technical analysis, fundamental analysis, then price action. We will dwell a lot on that also. The mindset, the psychology of a trader also will be talked about extensively. All right. So, just sit back, relax. It's going to be an amazing ride, I can assure you. Excuse me. Then we have a schedule. This is what the schedule looks like. There will be daily lessons practically for every day, from day one, which is today, to the end of the entire duration. I would have, I would have something to communicate, to us. There'll be days of rest too, right? There'll be days whereby you are not going to do anything. I would have to communicate what those days would be and what you should do on those kind of days, right? Then the trade opportunities and ideas. I don't want to call them signals, okay? A lot of people, want to, get into that trap because, okay, is signal, then not focus on the work. All right. The signal is my way of showing you that, okay, this is what I am doing. All right. These are the trades I am taking today. If you take them also, you can make money. All right. And then I would have to explain the idea behind the trade. I don't know if you get that. I would have to explain the idea behind every trade that I'm taking also, so that you can also watch out, check up those parameters and use them as learning point. Then once in a week, we're going to be having a Zoom meetings, right? It's just going to be once in a week. I will try. All our Zoom meetings will be about maximum maybe 30 minutes maximum. The reason is because I want it to be short, concise, straight to the point. Then so that the people who are not able to catch up live, they will have a great time trying to rewatch the class much later on. So it's going to be once in a week. Then randomly also, we will have random sessions. Maybe there are very, very important informations I need to pass across. There are maybe some occurrences happening in the market. I could record them before sharing so you guys can watch at your time, but there would be some important things that I won't want you to miss out on. And then I will be sharing that also. So that's it. I want you to get excited about this class. Your excitement is going to go a very, very long way. You need to keep that excitement, sustain it all through. All right. You need to keep that excitement. Sorry, a second. You need to keep that excitement. You need to sustain it all through. Consistency develops routines, right? It builds momentum. It forms habits that becomes almost second nature. Let me tell you, the whole idea, the whole thing we're trying to achieve with this bootcamp is to ensure that trading becomes second nature to you. I can interpret chart. If you wake me up right now, maybe I'm sleeping, right? When I'm sick, when I'm healthy, whatsoever situation I'm in, wake me up to any chart. I can tell you what is happening and then tell you what's probably going to happen next. All right. This is because I've so much given time to it. Of course, made a lot of mistakes by not, having a template to follow, which you guys are not going to be making that mistake right now because except those who don't listen to me, I already know the things that you should focus your learning on. There are things you should not even bother, learning at all because they are entire waste of your time. So imagine, someone said speed is irrelevant when you're on the wrong direction. All right. And I've seen that a whole lot of time. Like you're trying to learn up everything there is. You're trying to read this, trying to read that, but at the end of the day, like you are learning irrelevant things that doesn't matter, that won't matter at all to your growth. I don't want you experiencing such kind of thing, right? So get excited. Let the same excitement and energy you have coming to today's class, I want it sustained. I want you to always go back to where you picked it up from. Sustain this energy, sustain it, keep it. It's going to be very, very, very helpful in this journey. All right. So this is what I have to share for you guys today. This is the day one. Tomorrow, I'm going to communicate the next line of action. It's not going to be a Zoom class, but all the instructions for everyone to do what everyone is meant to do, I would share them on the WhatsApp group. So if you've got question, it's a great time for you to quickly ask your question. If you have suggestions, recommendations, it's also a great time for you to quickly drop them.